Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì, ìpínlẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ. Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì, ulẹ̀ uyì ní. Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì, ìmọ̀ ti gòkè àgbà o. Ayé ayé a ò láyé ọmọ Fáyẹmí. Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì, ìpínlẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ.
Set that ball rolling. My name is Kayode Fayemi.
Hello and welcome. This is Ekiti On The Move. I am Tunji Salio. We continue with our series on the second anniversary of the administration of Dr. Kayode Fayemi in Ekiti State. The theme of the anniversary, which is Steady Strides, Impacting Lives, Building a Legacy, aptly captures the staying power of the administration and its steady impact on the lives of Ekiti people in the midst of many socio-economic challenges in the last 12 months. In focus this week, Governor Fayemi commissions 6 projects in one day.
The number of projects ready for commissioning was such that it became obvious that the governor could not do it all alone. And so, from Monday, October 10, top government functionaries represented the governor at some project commissions.
To the glory of God and benefit of humanity. Amen.
Then, on October 15, Governor Kayode Fayemi set forth at the dawn, so to speak, to begin the day's marathon commissioning. This is Ojaoba, the main market in the state capital, Ado-Ekiti. The ultra-modern market has over 800 shops, warehouses, banking halls, fire service, water treatment plants, police posts, and other modern amenities for all categories of users. Conceived by Governor Fayemi's administration during his first term, it was commenced by the last administration, and it was one of the projects inherited by the governor in this current administration.
Extremely delighted to be here in your midst today to commission the magnificent, ultra-modern Ojaoba Market Complex built with Ekiti taxpayers' money. I welcome you all to this occasion, which is in commemoration of the second anniversary of purposeful and impactful governance in Ekiti State. It is another eloquent testimony of our well-known tradition of impacting life and building legacies. It is a realization of our administration's resolve to put back infrastructure development for the attainment of the new phase of Ekiti State. Our government has been very conscious of the need to upgrade our physical infrastructure. Hence, we embarked on the construction and the innovation of many structures across the state. You all will agree with me that this ultra-modern market befits the status of the state capital. This was designed not only to add aesthetic value to Ado-Ekiti, but to further promote commercial activities on a large scale in the state capital. The market would also boost economic growth and development in our state. It is noteworthy that this ultra-modern market is carefully built and properly landscaped to be the pride of Ekiti, sons and daughters both at home and abroad.
On behalf of our dear sons and daughters, Your Excellency, we are grateful to you. We thank you for keeping your promise. It's mentioned by the Commission for Works. I confirmed that when you came the first tenor, you told me your intention to build a modern market for Ekiti.
Governor Fayemi thereafter commissioned the market.
To the glory of God and the benefit of humanity.
Ọjọ́ parí ọjà kèrè mi kéde inú rádìí sí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà láyé ṣe àdá ní ọ̀nìyàn igòkè wẹ́ẹ̀rọ ọdún ẹ̀ àmúsínú ayé rẹ̀ elíjà gòkè ẹ̀ àlọ́sálẹ̀.
A mọ̀ pé ọlọ́lá wa èèyàn dáadáa ni wọ́n, èèyàn tó mọ ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni wọ́n. So àwa ìyá ńlá jẹ́ àwa ọlọ́jà, àwa tá à ń ta abọ́, àwa kitchen utensils sellers ní Adó Èkìtì. A mọ̀ wípé wọ́n á fún wa ní ẹ̀tọ́ wa ń bẹ̀. Ibi tó tọ́ sí wa gọ́gọ́gọ́gọ́ wọ́n á fún wa ń bẹ̀ torí a fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká wà lójú kan náà. A fẹ́ ká skátà.
Inú wa dùn sí gan-an bí dáàdì ṣe bá parí ẹ̀ gómìnà. Olúwa ràn án lọ́wọ́ torí pé ọ̀nà ọjà ní gbogbo wa ń lọ. Ọjà aládé ti ń jẹun. Níbòmíì ta ti ń jẹun jọjà. Olúwa ràn án lọ́wọ́.
Wọ́n mú bẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ mú parí rẹ̀, Ọlọ́run ṣeun, wọ́n dẹ̀ gbàdúrà kí Jésù jáme lọ́pẹ́ lẹ́bẹ̀.
From the Ojaoba, Governor Fayemi moved to Banji Akintoye Model School along Ado-Ijan Road, one of the 4 model secondary school projects undertaken by the Fayemi's administration earlier in the year.
One of the issues we faced when we came into office was that our educational standards had faced a lot of challenges. Most of our schools, especially in Adó Èkìtì, were overpopulated, while many of the pupils studied in very unconducive environments. It was very clear to us that something had to be done, and therefore it was a dream come true for pupils, for teachers, and even for us as a government that we have put these edifices in place today. The late Senator Ayofasoni, Professor Banji Akintoye, Professor David Oke were all our senators in the Second Republic, representing the Ekiti part of Ondo State between 1979 and 1983. The 4th college is named after the father of Ekiti State, Chief Oladeji Faso, who chaired the committee that campaigned relentlessly for the creation of our state. So you would agree with me that these are 4 illustrious sons of Ekiti who have given a lot to us, and we've never really had the opportunity as a people, as a state, to express gratitude for all the work that they did for the state. So this is just a token appreciation of that human effort that they all contributed to the creation and the successful development of our state. Today's event is also a clear manifestation that the concerted efforts of our administration to provide a conducive teaching and learning environment in public schools with a view to repositioning the basic education sector in the state for greater efficiency have started yielding fruits. As we inaugurate the block of classrooms for use today, I want to state emphatically the commitment of my administration to making our schools more attractive to children of school age through the introduction of pupil-friendly initiatives, as well as the teaching of practical agricultural, entrepreneurship, and sporting activities that will make our pupils have all-round skills during the new academic session. As a people and government, we have critical roles in making the lofty dream of education development in Ekiti State a reality. We shouldn't be known as the fountain of knowledge just on paper. It must be in deed and in truth. I implore you all to see the project as your personal project in terms of maintenance and protection of the facilities put in them. It is on that note that I consider it an honor and a privilege for me to inaugurate this model college to the glory of God and the benefit of all our children who will study in this school.
Dùn gan gidigidi àwa ọ̀dọ́ tá a wà ní àdúgbò ìyànẹ̀mìrín nítorí pé gómìnà yìí surprise wa a expect nǹkan tá a rí because àkàìmọye gómìnà ló ti wá tán rántí wa lẹ́mìrín but Dr. John Kayode Fayemi is the best among the governors because ó wo ìyànẹ̀mìrín ó dẹ̀ develop street wa school tán kọ́ síbi ti mú a lot of development wa a lot of things ló ti mú wá láàárín àwa youth. Iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe níbí àwọn youth wọn níṣẹ́ wọ́n employ wọn àwọn tó ṣe tyler lè ṣe tyler àwọn tó lè bá wọn gbé blocks wọ́n bá wọn gbé blocks so I really appreciate the effort ti gómìnà wa.
Ìgbà tí mo wọnú ẹ̀ léni gan ó yà mí lẹ́nu pé a lè rí gómìnà tó lè ṣe irú iṣẹ́ yìí eléyìí tún yàtọ̀ ní iṣẹ́ tí gómìnà Fáyẹmí ṣe. Àmọ́ iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣe báyìí iṣẹ́ ńlá ni tó jẹ́ pé àwọn wa mú inú àdúgbò dùn ó mú inú gbogbo ìlú gan dùn ní Èkìtì lápapọ̀ gan tó bá rí iṣẹ́ yìí inú gbogbo wa dùn fún kankan ṣe Ọlọ́run àṣẹ̀dẹ̀ túbọ̀ máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ sí.
From Banji Akintoye to Ayo Fasami Model School along Ado Iworoko Road, the story was the same, just as another school named in honor of another illustrious and elder statesman of Ekiti origin, late Chief Ayo Fasami, who passed on recently. Each of the model schools has 18 classrooms, 4 laboratories, assembly halls, offices and modern conveniences, a football pitch and a basketball court, all in a well-secured environment. Next on the commissioning list is the State Asphalt Plant, a multi-million naira multi-value project embarked upon by Governor Fayemi in his first term, but was left to rot away for 4 years until his return to office in 2018.
I have no doubt that the asphalt production plant will not only save us the cost of purchasing asphalt from other private or government plants, it would also help in quick intervention on rehabilitation of failed portions of roads across the state. It's pertinent to note that the asphalt plant will not only help us in road maintenance, but it will also generate employment for some of our vibrant youth by engaging them at various levels of our operations. There are also plans to expand the bank facility and make it a vital tool to improve the state's IDR, as it will not only serve the state in our Operation Zero Potholes, but will also be sold to individuals as well as governments of neighboring states, thereby boosting our internally generated revenue. Honorable ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor and privilege to officially commission this asphalt production plant of the Ekiti State Public Works Corporation to the glory of God and the benefit of our people.
Governor Fayemi concluded the series of commissioning for the day at 2 giant secretariat buildings for use of the civil servants. The buildings also have a history that dates back to close to a decade of abandonment.
I want to appreciate God for today. This is the day that our God has made, and we thank God. We thank God that we are having in the saddle at this time the governor of Ekiti State, our leader, who inspires us without being dominating, our leader whose life is an example for us. This project, no doubt, is also a testimony to the value that he epitomizes. There is no officer that will come in this edifice that will not be inspired. There are some beautiful edifices.
The buildings being commissioned today, Secretariat Phase 5, Lot 1 and 2, have between them 140 offices, 68 conveniences, and 2 halls where seminars and meetings can hold conveniently. Your Excellency, with your committed and good determination, the 2 buildings are hereby completed despite all the economic stress imposed globally as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. I humbly present the 2 buildings for your official commissioning.
Today's event signifies our avowed commitment to our policy of zero tolerance for abandoned projects in Ekiti State. We would all recall that this Secretariat Complex Phase 5 project was inherited by our administration. It was started by the Segun Oni administration in 2009. During our first time, we completed 2 of these buildings. And when we came back in October 2018, we pledged to our civil servants and all Ekiti that we would complete the remaining abandoned projects. We resuscitated and completed them because we believe that our people deserve the very best, with comfortable and convenient office accommodation to implement government policies and programs. This initiative is in consonance with the administration's policy on infrastructure development in the state. As you settle into this building to perform your duties as civil servants, we look forward to seeing greater positive results from your performance. And it is on this note that I want to formally commission this Secretariat Complex for the good use of our civil servants in the state, to the glory of God and the benefit of all its users and visitors. Amen.
October 16 marked exactly 2 years of Governor Kayode Fayemi in office, and as usual, he gave the State of the State address at the State House of Assembly to signpost the day. Here are the highlights.
His destination was the chambers of the State House of Assembly to give an account of his stewardship in the last 12 months. But then, he met the protesting youths calling for an end to police brutality with the now popular hashtag #EndSARS. Himself a civil rights activist, he stopped to encourage the youths.
If you have any grievance against government, ventilate your grievance. It is your right to ventilate your grievance, and it is your right to be listened to, because you are citizens. You are not subjects. You are not slaves. You are not the footmat of anybody. You should be listened to.
Meanwhile, the chamber of the House of Assembly was already packed full to receive the governor. In attendance were top government functionaries, including the Deputy Governor, Otumba Bisi Egbeyemi, the First Lady, Kayode Fayemi, legislators, traditional rulers, women's groups, and many more. The Speaker of the House set the tone for an appreciative state to the efforts of the governor.
Mr. Governor, you have changed the narrative of Ekiti State through the restoration of the pristine values of integrity, honesty, sincerity of purpose, altruism, and respect for the elderly. Your lifestyle is a lesson in personal example. The achievements of Your Excellency across all sectors in the last 2 years in office are too visible to be ignored, even by your morbid critics. Ekiti is now a place where people can thrive and live their lives with dignity. We are all now proud as Ekiti citizens. Your Excellency, I want to congratulate you and your team for the 2 years of steady strides and development in Ekiti State.
And the governor gave his address.
In our first year, we reinforced and galvanized our civil service, gave direction to governance, set out to correct the wrongs of the past, and commenced the process of restoring our values as a people and enhancing our potential individually and collectively. The first year was used to lay a solid foundation for our legacy projects, which are now in various stages of completion. Mr. Speaker, I address you with restrained joy, but a strong conviction that despite the challenges we have faced in the past year, we are making visible progress and steady strides toward our goals for Ekiti. So far, every sector has been receiving attention to better the lot of our people. Education, healthcare, agriculture, water supply, and transportation are now being prioritized and given adequate attention. There is hardly any community in the state you can visit now that you cannot see multiple ongoing or completed projects. If we're not fixing the primary school, we're laying water pipe. If we're not laying water pipe, we're building civic center. If we're not building civic center, we are fixing the roads to their farm land. As we begin the journey of another year today, I urge you all to renew your support and commitment for the actualization of the Ekiti State of our collective dream. Once again, I sincerely thank Ekiti and everyone that has contributed in one way or the other to make the past 2 years worthwhile and memorable. I enjoin you all to keep supporting us, especially in the areas of prayer, tax payment, and selfless suggestion on how to jointly move the state forward. The journey to make Ekiti great continues. The Ekiti State of our dream is in focus with steady stride as we are impacting life and building legacy.
Beyond what has been achieved so far, the governor may have gladdened the people further.
After extensive consultation, we have decided to revisit the creation of local government development areas. I have therefore directed the Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice to represent
Meanwhile, going by Governor Fayemi's plan, an annual State of the State address to Ekiti people may become mandatory for successive governments. This is to ensure more accountability and citizens' enhanced right to information.
How else do we describe all these other than steady strides, impacting lives, building a legacy? Okay, that will be all for this week. Thanks for watching, and do keep a date with us next week for a fresh package. You can watch this episode and previous ones on our YouTube channel, Ekiti On The Move. You might also want to drop your feedback on our social media platform showing on your screen. Till next week, stay safe and let's give peace a chance. Goodbye.
Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì.